all done talking? Welcome to another episode of The Intellectuals. How you doing, Guido?
Hey, Poseidon, how are you? Hi,
Good,
everybody.
good.
Happy to be here.
Good.
What up? Cigarettes.
So before that or the COVID, before we got started, you were talking about how you got robbed.
Yeah, you said you got black widowed.
Yeah, you got black widowed
Okay.
by a bunch of dudes who wanted hand jobs.
I don't even... I could have sworn I told this story, but I guess I didn't tell it on the air. I was showing you guys a show I watch on YouTube or travel escape channel called Scam City, where a guy on purpose with hidden cameras goes around the world to get himself scammed from pickup artists or the guys playing 3-card Monte or cups and balls or buying fake artifacts in Egyptian pyramids saying they're 1,000 years old. Really, they're terracotta made from China. And it's an interesting show. This Irish guy named Connor Woodman goes around getting scammed.
I will say I don't like the show because the one clip you showed me was him being racist towards Italians.
Yeah, no, I started, I guess I introduced you to the show from the wrong startup. Now, that being said, you were talking about me getting poisoned. I showed you guys a clip of a famous scam in Argentina and around the world called the Black Widow scam.
Yeah.
Where guys go out for drinks, possibly married men, while they're on business trips, and they pick up a young girl in a bar, and they bring her back to the hotel room. And when they share a drink in the hotel room and the guy leaves for a second to the bathroom, she takes out some kind of drug, spikes his drink, and then when he drinks it, he passes out, and she steals everything.
Yeah.
So, now there's also something on YouTube called The World's Most Dangerous Drug. The video is actually called The World's Most Dangerous Drug. Found it very interesting. It might be a Vice video or something. This drug is called scopolamine. Scopolamine, scopolamine, something like that. Where basically you are under the influence or at their mercy.
Yeah.
Maybe like GHB or something,
Yeah.
for a period of time.
Yeah.
Now, you're not passed out, so it's not the same thing that this girl put in a drink.
Yeah.
Because that one knocks you out. You're awake. You're responding. You're talking. They bring you, like, they could say, let's go to the ATM machine.
And you'll be like,
So
okay.
now, I'm at a bar in Tijuana, Mexico.
Tijuana.
Yeah, I could have sworn I told this. What am I? Anyway, I'm at a bar, a strip club, or no, I'm at a bar. I'm at a bar, and I'm looking for weed and perhaps ecstasy or something, because it was a pill. Why would it have been a pill? So I don't know why, but I guess, or the guy offered me. So, well, fuck, I'm in Mexico. Who cares? Why the hell not? So I'm waiting. And next thing I know, from that moment, let's say it was 6 p.m. It is now 9 or 10 p.m. I'm in a completely different bar. I'm sitting in between two Mexican dudes, youngish, with a pitcher of beer, and the place is packed, and it seems like it's a group talking together, like where I'm at a table with friends. Except I come to. I turn to the guy to my right, and I literally say, "Who the fuck are you?" So for those 3 hours, I could have been raped. I remember, I think, going to the ATM machine and going to my hotel lobby. But then anyway, once I got back to the hotel that night, I immediately was on the phone with Visa, bank, cancel all credit cards. Can you tell me the last 3 transactions? So I did it. I actually ended up kind of lucky that I ended up with 2 decent, if you want to call them that, decent types that just wanted the laugh and maybe the free hand job. So when talking about the hand job, at this point now I know that, okay, these guys, you know, they're in control of the situation right now.
Of your penis.
So I knew whatever they offered, like, okay, so what's going on now? And they say, yeah, see, you want to go to the whatever the hell he would say, I got to, because I got to get out of this situation. So I said, yeah, no problem. Hey, you want to go for a hand? Let's go for a hand job. So then we went to the some brothel place that looked a lot like the Rambo, the last Rambo movie when he hits everyone in the head with a hammer. Yeah, there. I went to one of those.
Jesus.
I went to one of those where I remember the girl I was with, beautiful girl.
So I have a question. Pause.
She got scared. Excuse me. She got scared because after 20 minutes or whatever the time was, scary banging on the wall, boom, boom, boom. She's like, ah! She got scared. Like, okay, it's time. It's over. Because the pimp was like, take it too long in there. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. They all line up.
Now I have a question. So these guys wanted to rob you in the sense of they wanted you to pay for their hand jobs. They didn't want to just steal your money and do it themselves?
That's what I was thankful for. Because at the end, I remember they even said goodbye, like bye with the hug and the see you later. And I remember one of them even called me or Facebooked me or something.
What?
Hey, you remember it's Manuel from Mexico. ¿Cómo estás? Yeah.
Are you sure you didn't just get blackout drunk and made friends?
1,000%. You don't forget a moment like that. It was scopolamine.
Scopolamine.
Yeah.
That's what the Black Widow uses.
No, she uses something that knocks you out. This is the reason it's called the video, the world's scariest drug, or the world's most scary drug. That's what the video is called, is because you are awake, doing stuff, and they have control over you.
Kind of like bath salts.
No,
What?
bath
Bath
salts,
salts?
you go crazy.
Isn't that
Yeah.
isn't that the scariest drug? Or
No,
there was a new one called Crocodile.
That has nothing to do with what he said.
No, but the crocodile one
I just have to say
is like
something.
a heroin
I just have to
in
say this now
Russia.
because I'm annoyed. I have to say something. I'm annoyed. This is what you do that annoys
Why are
me.
you getting annoyed
I'll
with
tell
me?
you why. Because he said because you don't think before you speak. So he said it makes you say yes to everything and you're awake the whole time. And then you disregarded that entire sentence. You stuck to the fact that he said the most dangerous drug. So you start talking about crocodile and bath salts, which don't make you a zombie to someone so they could do whatever they want. They're literally dangerous because they could kill you. That's
I
why they're
understand. I
dangerous.
was fixated on I was talking about the dangerous part.
But that's not what you replied to. You replied to when he said it makes you do whatever the fuck they tell you. You're like, oh, just like a bath salt. Just
But the
Yeah,
crocodile
that's
is like
what
a
annoys
heroin.
me.
That one,
Exactly.
it makes them like this. And
That's
bath
what
salts
annoyed me.
makes you bite someone's face off.
Yeah, but bath salts,
Yeah.
you're not you anymore.
Yeah.
God
so,
damn.
And you start getting sores and shit.
Yeah, I've seen videos of that shit
Yeah.
online, bro.
But the-
Crocodile is more dangerous because I think you die.
Right.
Yeah,
it
apparently
seems,
you
it seems
can-
like a fentanyl type.
yeah, you can overdose like.
So that was so fucked up. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I've done a lot of stupid things.
That's
And
scary, though.
95% of the time in my life when I do stupid things is because alcohol is involved.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, 100%.
But so they didn't steal anything from you.
No, thankfully.
They probably just
Except my dignity.
they probably just took money and went to.
No, I paid. I mean, I must have paid.
You must have paid for them.
$100 each,
Yeah, for their
in pitchers of beer and tequila and fucking
blowjobs.
If they wanted to, they could have told you, hey, let us have your wallet, and you would have given it to them.
Correct.
But they didn't go that route.
No, I was lucky that I got good, nice hustlers.
Is that not suspicious to you?
A little bit, yeah.
Because that's less problems. You give in the beginning when you're high, you give them the wallet, then they're done with you. I don't understand why they played this game.
But then again, it is Mexico.
No, me neither. That's
Maybe
why
they're
I'm
not
telling
afraid.
you. I got half normal guy. Maybe the original people who poisoned me
Wasn't
weren't
them.
the ones that I ended up with.
Oh,
That would make
They
sense.
just thought you were super friendly than you guys.
Correct. Could be that.
Oh, that's funny. Actually.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
they were guys that didn't even drug you. They just thought you were a really nice American.
Possibly. Yeah, that's a fact.
This guy's buying us
Because
all
they
hand
were
jobs.
but I knew when I was in between them at the pub, I'm like, maybe these are the guys that drugged me. So I was ready to please without. So yeah, it could be. Yeah.
You got off lucky. You could have been
I got
murdered.
it correct.
Yeah.
There's many people that go down to Mexico now and they
Don't come back.
Yeah, the cartels and stuff.
Yeah, organ harvesting and shit.
I heard about that. There's been a rise in Mexico.
I've watched a movie about it.
Oregon. Oh, there was a Very Bad Things. Is that what
What?
it was called?
No, but there was also a movie about Eastern Europe, Hostel. Some shit like that.
That was just a horror. It wasn't a movie about Eastern Europe. It was a horror movie set in Eastern Europe. That's
No, but it was
not
about
factual.
organ harvesting
but
too, no?
that's not
Yeah,
factual.
but that was
Okay,
more
okay,
like
okay.
Hostel
saying
is
I
more
saw a
like
movie-
Saw.
I don't remember. I
Forget
watched it as a
NASA, I
kid.
saw a movie about space.
okay,
It's called
okay.
Star Wars.
I watched it as a kid. I don't remember, bro.
Okay, so Hostel is in the genre
Fuck, you're
of
attacking me today, bro. It's just I watched it as a kid, bro. I don't know, bro.
This was not an attack. I'm laughing. The first part was an attack because you pissed me off because I want you to have respect for your co-host over there. This guy right there.
I
He
do
does
have
have
respect.
No, because you don't listen to what he says. You listen to keywords, then you made up your own sentence. That's why. That's why
But
inside
that's
it
because
bothered
of
me.
his ADD.
I know, but he's got a
Hostel is like a Saw type movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
But this movie
shocking
called,
horror
I
film.
believe it's called Very Bad Things or Needful Things, and it's about with that French girl that's in the Tom Hanks Da Vinci Code movie and a black British guy. And
Cotillard
it's-
or whatever.
Yeah, what is the girl that played Amélie?
I just
That's about the illegal underground, people that get their kidneys cut out and they sell them on the black market.
That
That's
happens in Greece
exactly
too.
what that movie is called.
Very
what
Bad
that movie's
Things?
about. It's not like Hostel where it's just horror crazy.
Okay.
It's
'Cause
actually about the market of organ.
was there a scene in it where it's kind of like a rainforest and there's a waterfall and shit and they're trying to get away?
Her name is Audrey Tattoo.
Audrey Tattoo.
Is there a scene like that?
No, it's more
No,
of
then I watched something
it,
else.
It looks like Taken or something. It looks like all Europe.
Oh, okay.
Europe.
Are you sure she's the one in the movie?
Yeah, it's called
Okay, I'll tell you all her movies.
something that looks like Very Bad Things, or Needful Things, or Terrible Things, or fucking.
Dirty Pretty Things.
There you go. That's the movie.
Ooh.
That's the movie.
Thriller/drama, an hour and a half.
about organ.
We should watch it on movie night.
Nah, it's
No, it's depressing. I don't wanna see
Yeah,
it.
it's depressing.
Because it happens a lot. People get their shit stolen, like their organs. But it's not like the old videos where they said they steal your organs and then they leave you in the bathtub. They kill you. They take your organs normally, and the rest of you that they're not going to use.
You know what they do now when a kid's born? They ask the mother if they want to store his umbilical cord for $1,000 a year,
Yeah.
so that in the future, if he's sick, this organ, stem cell shit can save the kid.
Really?
Yeah, that's an option now in
Oh,
hospital.
that's
I would
interesting.
say yes. I'll tell you why I'll say yes, even though it's crazy all this shit.
Well, my friend
stuff-
said no.
The stuff they're doing with stem cells right now
No, I know, but she thought that it was robbery, $1,000 a year shit
for your kid's health.
to store it.
Yeah, to store it properly. What is she? She's like, nah, give it to me. I have a closet.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, because they could. It's exactly that Michael J. Fox shit. They can. In I believe, I don't know, maybe 100 years from now, if you need a heart transplant, it's going to be a farm-raised heart made exactly for you in storage in a clinic that they build your heart like a clone of your heart.
Yeah,
that you could keep
That's what
as-
they do with stem cells.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
Yeah.
They already do that.
But they
instead
need
of
they need the stem cells.
Yeah.
instead of your bone marrow transplant, if you have cancer from one of your family members who's a match, it's actually going to be from you, from when you were born.
God
We're going to have our own storage units of extra parts.
Kind of like in Altered Carbon where they have the sleeves.
You told me to see it. I haven't watched it yet, but you make me more and more curious every time you talk about that show.
Yeah.
What's our
Because in Altered Carbon, it's basically so your consciousness is in the disc. It's in a chip that goes in your consciousness.
Your consciousness.
Consciousness.
Good job. Sneeze.
Is in your
It's in the back of your head, and it's like a chip. It's they put it in
like Marsalis
Kinda
Wallace.
like a hard drive, like a small hard drive,
Like the Band-Aid Marsalis Wallace has in Pulp Fiction in the back
I
of
get
his
it.
like a memory card.
Yeah.
I get it.
And the only real way to kill you
It's to get rid of that.
is to shoot you. They'll usually shoot through here or in the back, and they destroy the hard drive.
Because the hard drive is your consciousness.
Exactly. And if you don't have any backups, you're bamboozled, basically.
There's that word again.
Well, because there is that argument being said, right? That because back in the day, people say, "Oh, you have a soul. Your being is in your chest." And then the more you go on, it looks like whatever makes us is actually in your brain, that hard drive. That's what makes you you.
Yeah, and then when that's the argument of atheism, is just when you turn off.
So
You're
here's my predicament with all this. If we can do what Neuralink and all these people are talking about, start uploading our consciousness, our thoughts, our ideas, a perfect copy of us into digitized form, is that really you moving into a digital form, or is that a perfect copy of
An android
you?
of
No,
some kind.
it's
yeah.
you.
How is it you? Because they're not
See,
removing
I think it's not you.
Yeah. Hold on, Poseidon. I'm gonna get you right there on that. They're not removing you from your head. They upload everything into a machine. You're still around.
Yeah.
And the machine thinks and acts. It thinks it's you.
Isn't
The
that a
machine-
Johnny Depp movie where he ended up in a computer?
No. It's not the same thing. They kind of back you up. It's like
That's
it's
what I'm
like
saying.
a,
So it's not you. It's a perfect copy of you, but you are not. You're just you.
well, no, because the sleeve. So I'll explain it to
No,
you.
I'm not talking about the sleeve. I'm talking about the option I'm telling you right now about how we're
In
moving
general,
forward.
this idea.
Okay,
not
I understand.
This movie.
But the
We're
way
not talking about carbon altering or whatever.
the way they use it in this show is
I'm not asking you. I'm talking about you personally. What do you believe? Because right now they're talking about that uploading your consciousness, all your thoughts, a perfect copy of you, digitized, so you can be on the internet. They can make a robot, whatever. You said it's still you. How is it still you when you're still around? They're making a perfect copy of you, and it'll act like you, it'll think like you. It thinks it's you, but it's not really you because you're still you.
well, let's say you take a file, let's say you take a video
Yeah,
and move it to another computer, another hard drive.
yeah.
It's still that same file.
But
Okay,
it's not-
if
that's not for
Poseidon
human-
number
yeah,
one
yeah.
gets killed,
Exactly.
will Poseidon number 2 continue living with the memory that Poseidon number 1 got killed?
Yes.
No, he can't have the memory of him getting killed because he didn't get killed. He was copied before.
So it means
he got
he's
killed.
a different person.
Exactly.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no, because if you go by the logic, because I started talking about the show. I
Hold
know.
on, forget the show. And I'm not going by the logic of copying files. I'll tell you why that's a fallacy. Because the files are not human beings. We're not. The reason why we're different is we're sentient, right? We have that one. It's not the same. Because by that logic, if you get a girl that thinks just like your girlfriend, looks just like your girlfriend, just a little different, can you disregard your girlfriend and be like, no, I'm like, this is the new.
No.
Exactly. That'll be fucking crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good question.
I think it's not you. I think it's a perfect copy of you, but you cease when the real you dies, you die.
Yeah, done. And
Yeah.
and if Poseidon number 1 is born in Montreal and Poseidon number 2 is born in Europe, will they grow up the same, or will outside influences in their
I think that's a
give
different
different
argument.
opinions?
That's a
I
different.
don't know. I
Yeah.
think you're
Different
talking about uploading
But
consciousness.
actual.
I'm saying right now you're developed. You're Guido. You have all your memories up until this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
And today we do the Neuralink. I upload your consciousness, everything you have, to a computer. But you're still around. It just copies everything, right? So now the computer, it's you. You're like, what the fuck? How am I on a computer? And you're like, I uploaded you. You're like, how? You're me. I'm you. It doesn't get it, right? It's like, what the fuck?
Okay. What if
Yeah.
you're on your deathbed? Let's say.
Yeah.
Right. You're like you about to die.
Yeah.
Right. And then they created this brand new sleeve for you. You're gonna take it over. You're dying from cancer.
I don't know what the fuck a sleeve is, but you're saying
Like yeah,
upload
they have
your
another body
consciousness.
for you. They
It's
grow
what
another
they called
body.
it in the show.
Yeah,
It
they
was
grow
called
another
this.
body for you, right? Now that body has a brain and everything, and
Yeah.
you know,
And I'm uploading my consciousness.
there's no consciousness in it yet. Yet.
I'm listening.
Now, what if you're about to die? You know you're dying, so you've registered that you're dying, and then they take your consciousness right before you die, put it in a small chip.
That's the thing. They
And
can't
then-
take your. That's what I'm saying is when they upload all that stuff, they're uploading information, right? They're copying.
Yeah.
Your consciousness is still in you. It's a perfect copy of you. You're still gonna die whenever you die. A minute later, a year later, you're still gonna die, living as you.
Yeah.
And that other thing is gonna be living. Is gonna be you up until that point where they copied.
Okay,
You still
now,
have 80
but
years of
there's so many
experience.
variations
I get
here.
it, but it's not you anymore.
Okay,
He has 80
okay,
years of
okay,
experience.
okay.
It's
Now,
not
we're
because
gonna-
you could live at the same. What I'm saying is, if they copy, right? If they copy, if right now there's an empty body here, and I could copy one of us in there, and I copy you into that body.
And I die.
No. Stop talking about. You don't have to die. That's what I'm trying to
okay,
say.
okay.
You don't. It's copied. I'm not drilling. I'm not shooting in the head and stealing your brain. It's copying all your everything that makes you in your head. So that thing thinks it's you up until this moment. It's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
So it's like Frankenstein. Let's say he's 80 years old.
no, but even when
Okay, he's 80 years old, and you transfer his stuff in a 25-year-old version of
Yeah.
Poseidon. Does an 80-year-old go into a 25-year-old brain and continue life now?
But
Yes.
what I'm saying is, it doesn't transfer the way they're talking and the way it is. Like if you have to think about it logically, just like you said, like a file, you copy and you paste it. So it's a perfect copy of what the file was.
But it
before.
doesn't transfer the soul.
Exactly, because you still exist. So if you copy paste the file, right, the other file still exists. You get what I'm saying? The original file still. So you would still exist, and you would have your clone out there, like Spider-Man.
Okay,
had.
what if you take your original file and move it.
You're the original file. You can't move that. You could just copy it.
Well, how do you know you can't move? Oh, you
Well,
can't
you
copy
could
it.
can't
move
move
it.
it. No, the only thing we could do is maybe.
Yeah, they can't take out your hard drive and put it in somewhere.
Yeah, the only thing we could do is maybe take your brain. Soon they're working on that, and put it in a different body. If you have that, would be taking your thing and moving it. But so far, we don't have any sure technology to do that.
But I'm saying there's still going to be storage compartments of our body parts
well,
to
in
keep
that-
us alive longer.
I'm saying it's not really us anymore.
Well, in that show, that is your brain.
there was
I
another,
get it because they're oversimplifying it, but I'm
Yeah.
not talking about the show. I'm talking about us here. We're talking. What do we think? Because now they're talking about Neuralink and it's reading your brain, and
Yeah.
so they can make a perfect copy of your brain, and your brain is what makes you you. All your memories. If they copy it somewhere, they're not cutting. Cut paste. They're not doing that. They're not chopping up your brain. They're just copying. So they're doing copy paste. So you still exist, and there's gonna be a perfect clone of you up until that moment who thinks like you, who thinks he's you,
Oh, here's a movie we can
Who
watch.
is me?
who technically by
Who has the
thoughts-
memory of dying?
No, why you keep saying dying? You're not dead. You're still there. I just said he copied you.
No, but let's say we use this for people who are about to die, so they can continue.
Well, they
on
can't
living.
have a memory
All right,
of dying.
now
Hold
this-
on, they can't have a
this is
memory of
getting
dying.
long. Now,
'cause
okay.
If they die, they die. They won't have a memory. They have
Let's
to
say
copy.
you transfer
They have to
my
transfer
shit into my
before you
copy
die.
before I die. Let's say you transfer my shit into my copy before I die.
Yeah.
Once you transfer, do I die? And
Yeah.
will I remember dying?
No. So here's the thing.
Oh, my
In
eyes
or-
are going to cross now.
In order to transfer you, you have to be alive. Because if your brain is dead, there's no wave pattern. You're done. They can't copy it. So they have to copy when you're alive. So the copy that they make of you can never remember the death because it never died. If it
Well,
died, it wouldn't be around.
This is a story that's as old as Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yeah.
What if they
Written
keep
in the
your brain
1800s.
alive, and your body's dead?
That's
what I'm saying.
Frankenstein.
So then they copy. So then that copy of you thinks it's you. It's living like, but the
But
real
it still
you
has
is
memory
still-
of death. Then
We can't have a memory of death.
of
It
course,
died, it
because
died. You
Well,
just said
died.
they kept it
That's
alive.
That's
no,
the question.
because they keep the brain alive, but like you go out. It's like going
your
to
brain.
sleep and then you wake up.
Oh, on
your
movie
brain is
night,
not
we
alive.
can watch a movie called
Wait,
Multiplicity.
hold on. Is your brain because you can't say they kill the brain and then reactivate it? Then you're fried.
No, they don't kill the brain. They keep the brain alive, but the
that's
body
what keeps
dies.
you alive. Why
Yeah.
would they, so? I don't understand. They would torture you. Like, what are you trying to say?
No.
Oh,
Let's say
'cause
you have
maybe
cancer.
maybe your brain dead, but the body's still alive. I get what he's saying.
No.
heart's
The
beating.
opposite. I mean,
No. If the brain dies, you die. So you
Yeah.
can't remember dying because you never died. You can remember going to sleep and then they wake you up because they copied your brain.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's a copy. So that thing is just a copy.
But then somebody could tell you, "Yo, you died, and you paid money to be put in a
That's
younger
cool, but
body."
you're never put in. That's what I'm trying to say. Is it seems at face value that you're put in, but they're not really stealing your brain and putting it somewhere else. They're copying your brain.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
copying.
a clone. This is like the Spider-Man clone saga in the 90s.
Okay, but if I'm a clone and I have all of my let's say,
But you're not. He's a clone.
okay,
That sounds like an Arnold
Let's say I
Schwarzenegger
was a
movie.
clone.
The Sixth
Yeah.
Man.
let's say I was
I'm
a clone.
you.
Okay,
No, I'm you.
Let's say there's the original Poseidon out
This
there.
is the most intellectual topic we've ever had.
Yes,
Yes,
I
it's
know.
3 retarded people talking about cloning. This is the
You
pinnacle.
are a copy of
This
me.
is the
I'm
pinnacle
you.
of this show. This is the pinnacle of this show. I love
You
this.
are not
Hold on,
you.
hold on, hold
I'm
on.
you.
What if there was the original Poseidon out there? He's
Okay.
dead, and his memories, everything I've experienced
Yeah.
as a child was copied into me, who is now a clone.
Okay.
And I have all of Poseidon's memories, and
Think
everything.
like him. You feel
I
like
feel
him.
like look like him.
I
Feel like
believe
him.
you're Poseidon. You
Under
can't-
siege.
I'm Poseidon.
Ebony
you're-
porn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm Poseidon
Yeah.
through and through, right?
Yeah.
I'm still a copy, but
Yeah.
wouldn't that technically still be me?
So let me give this to you in a more academic context. Books. In the 90s, there was a story arc in Marvel Comics called the Clone Saga with Spider-Man,
Yeah. The Scarlet Spider.
where Spider-Man was cloned.
Okay.
So they kidnapped him. They had him in this lab. He fucking escapes. He didn't know that he was being cloned. He fucking goes, what the fuck's going on? He's trying to remember what the fuck happened.
And
he's
the big
naked.
reveal. The big
Hold on,
reveal.
stop,
he'll
stop.
do that.
Jesus Christ.
No,
You guys
he's
are-
going to give the big reveal.
So he's Jesus Christ, I'm opening up. He's like the big reveal. It's like the Sixth Sense. Yeah, the kid could see dead people. Like, shut the fuck up, wait. So he
Wait, it
comes
could?
out-
You ruined it for me.
He didn't know that they cloned him. So he gets out there, whatever, he goes back home, he sees his wife, he's like, I don't know what the fuck happened, I was kidnapped, this whole thing. Goes back to crime fighting. Another fucking clone wakes up. A clone wakes up, gets out there, he's like, what the fuck's going on? He thinks he's Peter Parker. Sees that Peter Parker's already out there. He's with Mary Jane, he's living like Spider-Man, he's like, what the fuck? But he still has the feelings, the memories of Peter Parker. So he still wants to help. So what he does is he changes his name to his from his aunt's side, Riley. Calls himself Ben Riley, Uncle Ben, right? He takes his name, Ben Riley. Cuts his hair, bleaches it, and becomes the Scarlet Spider. Scarlet Spider with the blue top there. You know, he makes
Spider-Man wearing like a sweatshirt.
Yeah, because he still wants to be a hero. Okay, so the Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly, takes over. Spider-Man and then they meet. At first, they're like, "What the fuck, clone enemy?" They decide to work together. Then Spider-Man kind of retires to take care of his kids or whatever. Ben Reilly takes over. The whole point of this is at the end you find out that the actual clone was the first guy that came out. It was who went and did his normal life, and everybody thought it was him because he only woke up sooner.
So when Spider-Man woke up,
we found out a few years later that Scarlet Spider this whole time was actually Peter Parker. And he called himself Ben Reilly, he cut his hair, he bleached it because he thought he was the clone because he got out second. He woke up second.
Correct.
So when he got out there, the other clone, the clone had woken up and started living his life because he thought he was him. He didn't know any better. And then the real one thought he was a clone because he's like, oh, fuck, I must be a clone. I have all the memories. I think I'm him, but clearly I'm not.
Exactly.
And then we only found out years later.
Perfect example. Perfect example. Exactly what he said.
Yeah, we only found out years
the
later.
clone found out. Oh, fuck.
So then, in order to prevent a situation like this, is you would kill off your previous body.
Well, now you're
So
going
that
into
doesn't happen.
now you're going into the Prestige.
Yeah, because now if you
Every Hugh Jackman that ends up dying in the trap, is that the Hugh Jackman or is the other one the Hugh Jackman?
So now what you're
the
saying
Prestige is wonderful fucking movie.
I never seen it. I feel like you're ruining for me. So I never seen it.
It's one of it's a great.
We're the kings of spoilers, I've noticed.
Yeah, both of you.
But
are
if
idiots.
you haven't seen the Prestige by now, it's maybe almost your fault. You know, it's such a good movie.
I believe it's my fault. But Poseidon, what I'm saying is what you just described is killing you, because you're the original Poseidon.
Yeah, you kill the OG me, so me copy can go on living,
Yeah,
which is still me.
it's a copy of you.
But then technically the original one is also a copy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because in the Spider-Man thingy majiggy, right? The original went on to become the clone because he thought it was a clone, but he was the
Only
original.
because he
Hold
woke
on,
up.
You can't go on to become a clone. He's not a clone. He's the original. He woke up second. So in his head, when he saw that, he's like, "Oh fuck, man," because it's him. They have this exact same memories up to that point, right? Just the clone woke up first.
But-
so the clone thought he was really the real Peter Parker.
But then
so
if-
he took over his life. So then when the real Peter
Very
Parker woke
clever,
up,
very clever.
Yeah, when the real Peter Parker woke up and saw that he was already there, he's like, "What the fuck? How is this possible? Am I losing my mind?" And then he figured out, he's like, "Oh, clones! Shit, I'm a clone." So then he changed his life because like, fuck, I'm a clone. This is crazy, but I still have all the feelings. I want to be a hero. I want to help people. I still have these powers. But in reality, he was the original.
Okay, now to continue on this idea.
I don't understand I don't understand what you're talking about killing the original, because you'd be the original. You're talking about killing yourself.
Yeah.
Now,
Why?
But I'm talking about cloning when you're on your
to
deathbed,
explain-
like in Altered Carbon. Because in Altered Carbon, so I'm gonna explain the cloning situation. What they do is they create sleeves of you, and the rich people, they'll have like
Sleeves is like what's it called? Like your avatar.
yeah.
So they'll have 100 copies of your sleeve
Okay, of the same person.
of the same person.
So
It's
you
the same
you
body.
Could blow yourself up and
You could blow up so long as that chip is intact, you know. And they have different insurance policies. The richer you are, obviously, you have like a cleanup crew that goes and gets your chip and then brings it to your home base and then puts it in another sleeve.
Crazy.
But it's exactly you. So, oh fuck, I don't know, bro. My head's hurting.
In the movie,
okay, what about this? What about can I take my chip and put it in his sleeve and then I take over
Yes.
his
and now
body?
I have his
Yes.
memories.
And then people
And-
don't
no,
know.
no. And
I'm
then-
taking over his life and people don't know.
Yes, you can have his body, but you're in
Your
the
brain.
show. In the show,
Is Pantelis
in the
in
show,
Guido?
yeah, you can have Pantelis in Guido, not in the way you guys
So he
think,
doesn't
because
have,
you're
he
a bunch
doesn't
of
have
dirty
my
bastards.
memories. He
Pantelis
has
and Guido
Pantelis'
last night.
memories.
Oh.
It's Pantelis looking in the mirror, seeing my face with all
Yeah.
his memories.
Yes, but his memories. So when he remembers himself from the past life, he sees him, his body, but his new memories, he sees you. But he's still Pantelis. That's Altered Carbon. It's insane, bro.
Okay, now,
It's not that insane.
in the same realm, the way they did it in a '90s movie that we could watch on movie night called Multiplicity
Oh, I remember that.
is Michael Keaton, everyone's favorite Batman,
You know who Michael Keaton is?
the first Batman,
The founder.
the first Batman.
He's the Vulture in Spider-Man.
He's Vulture in
Homecoming.
Spider-Man.
Ah, yes, I know this man.
The first Batman.
Yes.
Okay, Beetlejuice. Okay, this guy, he goes to. He's too busy. He's a family man. He's a contractor, construction. He goes to a cloning place to get himself cloned.
Multiple times.
Now, the first clone that comes out is him as a construction worker. The third clone that comes out is him at home, the family man. The fourth clone, so he's all that.
He's dividing his
different
jobs.
personalities.
Yeah.
But even in their attitude, like the first one is
Oh,
all.
this
is
is
all
I want to watch this
is
movie.
all
This sounds.
construction. The third one that comes out is the retard.
How many
He's
how
like-
many
and
clones
by
did
the
they end
time-
up
by
making?
the time, by
I
the
think
time
because they keep copying from a copy
they
from
get
a copy,
stupider.
they
They
get
get
dumber.
stupider. Yeah.
Because each clone gets lazy, and he's like, I should have a
Yeah.
clone too. So each
Yeah.
clone keeps making a clone
Yeah.
to do their
so
job.
by the time the last one comes out, he's like,
Full retard.
yeah,
Really?
yeah. So that was a different way.
Did he win an Oscar on this?
No, it was a comedy.
Because
It was
that's a
comedy.
clone of a clone of a
Yeah,
clone. So you
yeah.
always lose
But
something.
I'm just saying he played different personalities in the movie. That's
Oh, he did very well.
Yeah?
The
great
construction
actor.
one was different from the Homemaker one. The Homemaker one was a little more effeminate. He's a good actor, man.
Very
he
good.
started off as a comedian,
Yep.
and a lot of people don't know that. He's from Pittsburgh, and he did a lot of stand-up comedy. And then
I think he got passed at the Comedy Store.
he did.
I think so, because I've seen videos, I think, of him at the store.
His real name is Michael Douglas, and he had to change his name to Michael Keaton because of the actor Michael Douglas. Speaking of comedians and all that, I can't believe Bob Saget died.
Yeah, that's a downer.
Do you know who Bob Saget is?
Yeah, you showed me.
He's
AFV.
the America's Funniest Home Videos guy.
Did
is
you
how
know
would
that before he showed it to you?
No.
I said America's Funniest Home Video guy. He's like, yeah, I know.
Doesn't know.
No, he did. Well, he watched that for sure as a kid.
Yeah, I watched it
now-
a
Did
lot
you?
as a kid. Yeah,
Now-
yeah, yeah.
now-
I love that shit.
Me too.
Only.
I have memories of me, my mom, and my sister
Yeah,
watching that.
I love that. I
Really?
love that.
Yeah.
When it was the real ones, when the good
When
ones.
he was there.
I think
Yeah.
my father had recorded some off the TV.
That and Ebony Porn.
Yeah,
And I
I
received.
would watch them on repeat.
Yeah,
or
no,
some
I
shit.
don't mind that. That shows.
Look, you see stupid kid fall down? Now let's look at black ass.
God damn.
3 months ago, when Norm Macdonald died,
No.
the most poignant, best video I saw in memorial to Norm Macdonald was from Bob Saget. If you remember the Bob Saget roast, Norm Macdonald was the funniest one because he decided to do shitty jokes. That takes balls. Okay? He did a 1950s joke book, and Bob Saget was eating it up. Nobody loved those jokes more than Bob Saget. And he directed the movie Dirty Work with Bob Saget directed Norm Macdonald in Norm Macdonald's Dirty Work with Artie Lang and Chris Farley's last movie. And I swear to God, if even last year, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, you would have gone to Vegas and put money on which one of those three would be dead today,
It'll be Artie Lang.
everybody would have bet Artie Lang. Imagine how much money you would have made on this one.
If Artie survived. yeah.
Artie is sober today, and both Bob Saget and Norm Macdonald are dead. Unfucking believable. Never would have guessed it. 65 years old. They found he was doing stand up. They found him in Ritz Carlton in Orlando.
Heart
That's
attack.
It must
They're
be that.
speculating.
Yeah, it must be that.
We don't know yet.
But he was bawling his eyes out on that video for Norm. He said that he had just written, in the midst of writing Dirty Work Part 2.
But TMZ pulled some dirty shit yesterday.
What did they do?
Because they announced, all they wrote was, the tweet was, Bob Saget is dead.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't even check. They had announced it before his family even found out or whatever.
Oh.
They got the info right away and they just put it out there. So people didn't know. Like, his family hadn't even heard yet. They were just living their lives. And then everyone's calling them and it's on TMZ and shit like that.
No.
That is the worst way to find the fuck out. That is so sad.
What a bunch of scumbags.
Yeah.
They didn't check.
No.
Yeah, that's the world we live in today.
It's the world we live in, my friend.
Just
Just
because
Twitter
they want to
world.
be first,
yeah,
basically.
that's TMZ.
Ugh.
Gotta get the exclusive on
How's
death.
Gitter doing? Is it getting better?
I have it. It's a good app. It's made well, the app. It's functional, but it's boring so far.
Okay, nothing, not moving.
No, it's very like newsy. I'm trying to put memes on there, put some videos, but it's very newsy. I don't like it.
Anyways, Bob Saget's death
He should have.
affected everyone.
Yep.
He should have.
say.
He should have cloned himself
Yeah.
before dying.
Well, I don't think we have the capabilities for that big man yet.
We do.
We do?
I'm sure we do.
Man, I think, yeah, we probably do. We're just not doing it.
Yeah, it's secret.
Because in
Probably secret still.
1993, they cloned a sheep. You're telling me by 2022 you can't clone a
But
human?
I think they've tested with humans because, the sheep, when they clone it, we don't know what that means because we can't talk to the sheep. You have to do it to a human to understand what it means to clone. Is it just another human being that looks like you? Is it person who thinks and acts like you? Is you get it? Like,
Yeah,
'cause
but
what
the-
if it looks just like you, but that's all that looks
No,
like
but
you?
the sheep deteriorated. Dolly was her name.
Yeah, it died quickly.
It died quickly. It got arthritis, degenerative.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
Interesting thing about the altered carbon, because we're talking about cloning and all this shit. I just want to close this up real
Say
quick.
sleeve again.
That chip that holds your consciousness and
I mean,
everything.
the SD card.
Yeah, that's the only one in existence. There's not more.
What do you mean? I thought
So-
everyone has one.
Yeah,
So they all
you
come
have
from one source?
Yeah, so you have one, and if that gets blown up, you'll capiche.
Wait,
ciao.
you have one,
You're dead.
or there only is one?
There only is one,
So-
and that's kind of like your brain. It holds.
Wait, yours or everybody's brain?
Everyone has one.
But that one you said is one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you
that
said-
one that you have, you can't get another one because that is your brain, basically.
what about the
Everyone
one that
has
he
one.
has?
Yeah, exactly.
That's his,
Okay,
Talk about how
so
did I
there's
get
more than
mine.
one.
Yeah.
because we each have a brain, right?
Yeah, but this is not a brain. This is a chip.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're able to put it from the brain to the chip, why can't you go from chip to chip?
Because it's a
It's
It's
a
a-
logical fallacy here.
It's a good question. I don't think about that.
I'm sorry, I don't want to ruin your show. You have to suspend disbelief for shows, like that's why.
Yeah, I
Because if
know.
you start asking questions, how come he has the powers of a spider? Why doesn't he have web coming out of his asshole? You can't do that. You can't do that. It
There was
ruins
another
the show.
interesting show, movie. It was a Justin Timberlake movie, believe it or not.
Justin Bieber.
It was called
The one with the time.
In Time.
I've seen that.
Oh, it's good too.
Yeah, so basically they're all just fighting for credits until, it's like a video game until your energy code dies.
Yeah, basically you have
They're fighting for
you
time.
you work.
The
and I
currency
think they
is
were
time.
working at a factory or some shit.
to stay
and the
alive.
currency is time, so you're allowed. And the rich people had their time was like
Yeah.
10,000 hours or whatever the fuck.
That's interesting too. It's how much time you have left on Earth.
Yeah, and then
and-
you
and
could
you
steal
know.
people's time and shit.
Yeah, that was clever. That was. There's so many of those.
I love science fiction stuff.
Well, you're talking about existentialism.
Yeah, I love existentialism.
There's another one.
I love existentialism. It's hilarious.
The big. There's
I was
one
waiting for you to catch it.
called The Big Empty.
Okay, so hold
I
on.
heard
a
about
sec.
that.
Before we go to the big empty, how much of this do you think is just us being conspiracy theorists and all that, and how much do you think is real?
Well, maybe we're all clones of ourselves, and
No,
it's
we're
not
not.
even us here.
No, it's not that far. But the reason why I'm asking is a lot of shit that we were making fun of people for conspiracies are coming true.
Yeah, I know.
I think everything we said is very, very, very possible. Every single thing we said.
Oh, bro.
So now we're talking about how...
Are you serious?
Because they're talking about they want everyone vaccinated, and then they want to make sure that you're vaccinated, so there's different ways.
Yeah, this is what you're talking about is the plot of a movie called Pi. This is Pi right now, and it's weird that it's called
In
Pi.
Sweden, a vaccine passport
Is under the skin.
has been implemented. This is Stockholm, Sweden. At the beginning of December, Sweden enacted new rules requiring individuals to have a passport at all events with more than 100 people.
This conspiracy comes from the Kabbalah. That's
But look
how
at this. This is real. Following that announcement,
Yeah.
the number of people who got microchips inserted into their skin rose.
Well, you're aware of the Kabbalah,
Around
right?
6,000 people in Sweden already have a microchip inserted in their hands.
This is
Epicenter, a digital hub in Stockholm, has made the chip available to its workers and to its member organizations.
I think it's very much part of my own integrity to have myself chipped. And
You're dumb.
Personal data there. I actually feel in a way that it's even more controlled on my
Yeah,
end.
the word
having it
control,
in my own
perfect.
hands.
She feels that she has more control by being chipped. You know how fucking stupid that is? The electronic tags are about the size of a grain of rice. That doesn't make it nice. Look at that. He's scanning his arm and implanted it with a simple syringe.
So I have a chip implant in my arm.
I have a chip implant.
What a
program.
cock.
Yeah, that I have my COVID passport on the chip. Guys, this is fucking absurd, bro. They're treating us like fucking cattle.
well, this is the
This
first.
is crazy. How are we accepting this? This is absurd.
I felt this when the whole COVID happened. I felt this was coming. We were there. We're in the Book of Revelations
Look,
now?
it opens up my passport. PDF. Why didn't you have PDF in your fucking arm, Malaka?
Both these
I'm telling you, it's gonna become cyberpunk.
these two people in this
It's
video
gonna become
are the
cyberpunk,
type
bro.
of people I usually see pissing on each other on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a movie called
Hold on,
Pi.
you watch pissing porn?
Oh, yeah, that's another thing we should ask about. What's going on?
There's a movie called Pi by Darren Aronofsky. You know Darren Aronofsky? He made The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke and the movie The Fountain with Hugh Jackman. Good director, great director. Pi is 3.14 perfect circumference of
Yeah.
a circle. In that movie, it's low budget. They
I
go
like
to
how everybody says pi. Really, it's p.
Yeah.
They go from. As a Greek, you're right. 'Cause you guys figured that shit out before anyone else, so I have to agree with you.
No, I mean because it's the letter p.
No, you're
Yeah.
right. So, well, it's like when they say Iraq instead
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Iraq.
so-
In the Kabbalah, the Jewish book of mysticism, we're talking thousands and thousands of years old. According to what are they called? Whatever the scripture, the devil takes over when he has a number under his skin. And it went so far as to translate in that Aramaic language. They didn't know thousands of years ago what the hell a computer or a microchip was. But it translates to almost computer. And in fact, this could be hearsay, but once this story went around before the internet, it even counted that the word, the number they came up with was 666. And when the
number of the beast.
when the devil takes over, according to this book, the devil takes over when the numbers are under the skin. Now, you could also argue that, say, when the number is on the skin, the devil took over. That would be Holocaust because they were all tattooed. But
Yeah, I
this
don't
is
think that
this
the-
is actually not what they meant. They meant the microchip. Now we're really like, this is, it's scary shit. But, I got my own problems. And
Yeah.
look, people are complaining right now that they need a vaccine to go into the liquor store. They're
yeah,
not
but the
gonna-
liquor store delivers too. Look, I don't go to the liquor store and I don't go to the.
The government will force it, and that's it.
But it's not that you gotta fight that. It's getting crazy. It's out of
Well, I'm
hand.
not going to fight it, but if other people fight it and I have to sign a petition, I will. It's scary shit. Yeah, whatever you just showed me is
It's terrifying.
petrifying.
Yeah. It's terrifying for anyone with a brain.
Yeah. Nah, you guys don't understand. Like,
But we won't feel the
This is-
effects, the true
this is
effects of
fucked
this
up.
for years. We're not going to, now we won't feel it. We'll go about our lives. But the true negative effects of this problem, I don't even think our generation's going to feel it.
you think it's gonna be the next generation?
Right.
Bro, they're doing a lot of psyop shit.
The next
Nah.
generation's going to feel this, not us. We're still going to have relatively normal lives.
No, I don't think so. It's changing day by day.
Yeah, but unnoticeable.
And look how fast- look
so
how fast-
slowly that it's unnoticeable.
But do you remember the 90s?
Very much.
How fast did that go by?
But during the 90s...
How much? Bro, from
during the
1990.
90s, it went by slowly.
Okay. From the year 2000 to 2010, bro.
Things went by fast because of the internet.
How fast did shit change, bro?
Yeah.
Very fast.
90s
2010 to 2020, bro. Think about it. Bro,
The decade of the 90s felt like 20 years. It was very long. Everything went slower.
Yeah. But, bro, think about 2010 to 2020, bro. Bro, my car is a 2010 Honda Accord, bro.
Yeah, it flew by.
But look at the car I drove today. Insane, bro.
Is it that much better?
Way better.
Oh, yeah, he went on a test drive today.
Yeah.
And very, very, a lot of fun. I should go test drive. Tell me what to say. Like, I want to walk into the
Just
fucking...
like, hey, yo, I'm shopping around for a new car. I just want to try this.
I want
That's
to go
it.
into the Ferrari dealership. What do you have to pick
Okay,
up?
no, they're not gonna. No. It's not that simple.
No es simple like
Okay,
that.
can I drive a $300,000 Mercedes?
No, you don't test. I think those you have to pay to test drive them or some shit at like a ring or not a ring.
You wanna hear how fucked up? I don't know if I sent it to you in the morning. How fucked up all this shit is. So the communists. This was in 1943. Okay, this
Yeah, I saw this. I
this
saw
is
it.
what this is what they were telling their people.
Following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, "When certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable build-ups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind."
How fucked is that, bro? They're still doing the same shit.
So, yeah, the only difference is they had a radio voice guy explain it to everybody.
But explain
except
to the
today,
communists,
it's subliminal, and the computer and the phone
Oh,
are
no.
giving
It's
us
not
the same
subliminal,
messages. No, I mean...
no,
it's-
this wasn't. You're not listening. This wasn't a message to the public. This was a message to other communists.
Yeah.
telling other communists how you're gonna fight,
How you're going to label other people.
how you're gonna label other people
Yeah.
when they come after you for being communist. Just label them Nazis, anti-Semitic.
Right. This
so
is
they
what's
can-
happening in...
It's still happening. They never stopped doing it. Just that we're dumb and we didn't realize as a people. So the second someone says, like Rogan's a fascist, he's Nazi, like crazy shit. Like people
To discredit
he's
him.
a Nazi, he's a white supremacist. We're just idiots. We're getting played, homeboy.
Yeah.
That's how, I mean...
We're gonna play it heavy.
Ask any North Korean, they'll believe that they're
Yeah.
the greatest people on earth.
Yeah, they think they won the war against the States.
And
Yeah, they do. Have you seen those videos that come out of North Korea where I think it was an American that went there?
yeah, it
but
always
he had
is,
to keep
'cause
his
if
mouth
it comes
shut.
from North Korea, it's not...
And I think he had a secret camera, and they were giving him like a tour or whatever the fuck, and they were talking about how I think this is where the battle happened between America and we won the war
Yeah,
and some
all of
shit.
it, yeah.
And the guy chuckled because he was American, and then the tour guide was like,
They almost kill him. Yeah, they'll kill him.
yeah, and he was like, oh, sorry.
First thing you got to do when you land in North Korea,
Yeah.
by law, is you have to take flowers to the statue of all the leaders.
Are you serious?
Law.
Oh, bullshit law.
That would have killed you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Speaking of dying,
Yeah.
so we tried to get into it before, but then we went down a whole fucking rabbit hole over here.
This is the real intellectuals, bro. This is
Yeah,
a
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
episode.
That was fun.
This is the clone of the intellectuals.
What happened to the real ones? We kill them.
The other intellectuals are on vacation.
But yeah, in other words, we're basically fucked. Especially the thing you made us hear and what you showed us, the chip. People were fucking. Fuck, my father was right, bro. Fuck, my
What?
Yeah, it's true. He's actually more right than a lot of people.
Fuck, my father was right. I just realized my father was right.
And Alex Jones, turns out he was the truest news source ever.
Oh my
exactly.
God, bro! What
The most
kind of
trusted
world are we
name in
living
news.
in?
Well, they're gonna force you to keep taking boosters, or your vaccine pass is not gonna work. Everyone's like, "Shut the fuck up, stupid! That's not gonna happen."
Ah, fuck, we're
You're gonna need to
dummies,
show your
bro.
papers in the streets. There's gonna be curfews. They're gonna separate the vax and the unvaccinated. Shut up,
Is he
stupid.
vaxxed?
No, of course not.
He's guaranteed he's never getting vaxxed.
Oh my God, we're idiots. Anyways, my head's hurting thinking about
All right.
this.
Well, speaking of death.
Yeah, speaking of death. I'm trying to make it seem cheery.
It is true.
This week's top 5.5
Oh, okay.
famous deaths that affected us the most.
Yeah, because that Bob Saget one was a real downer.
This one should have been higher up, by the way.
Yeah, I guess you're right. This one really got us. Right?
Number 5, Kobe. I'm not good in the air, Bryant.
Yeah,
Wasn't he the one that coined N1?
No.
so sad.
Or was it Shaquille?
Really, really, really.
Oh no, him it was Kobe. It was Kobe.
It's okay. It's okay,
Because
stop.
he was in a hurry and because he was in a hurry, the
So
helicopter shouldn't have flown, and
It's just so dumb. Like
but because-
the next thing is like he's the one who started Tesla, right? Like
but yeah, the guy was great, and the kind of the sports world stopped for a second.
yeah,
These are
most of
type-
the world stuff. He was
Yeah.
very.
This is
it was
the type-
iconic.
He was an iconic
Yeah,
figure.
this is the type of list where the world stops for a second.
Yeah.
That's basically the kind of list, especially that he died with his daughter.
Yeah,
And he didn't need to fly, but because he was a celebrity, the guy didn't want to say no to him, and they flew. What a waste.
What do you mean the guy didn't want to?
Well, because they kind of went against aviation rules
Oh, I didn't know that.
to fly in the atmosphere, the air, the overcast, whatever the fuck.
Okay, it was bad weather.
But because of the,
I didn't know that.
I don't know if it was
I
bad
thought it was
weather.
like a freak accident.
I don't know if it was bad weather, but aviation rules. I remember reading this. Normally a pilot would say no, but because it was a celebrity, they didn't want to let down. The
But
guy
they
said
ended up
yes.
killing him.
Yeah, they all died. So yeah, and he went straight from high school to basketball. He also didn't go to
yeah?
college. Yeah, he didn't go to college. He was like the other guy there, the guy there now. Yeah, so that was a bad trip.
Yeah, we're gonna
Kobe
move
speaks
on
Italian better than
I
me.
got a terrible thought in my head, bro.
What'd you
What?
get?
One of the ways to offend people
Please.
What do you mean?
would be you play the helicopter soundtrack to the video. Remember when there was videos of Kobe's
I'm sure
of the
I'm
crash?
I'm sure it exists. I'm sure people did that.
That's not even offensive.
Well, not offensive, but like,
He'd probably laugh at that now. He's dead.
It's not a bad
yeah,
joke.
you think so?
He's like, oh, fuck, I died in a helicopter.
Yeah, it's not the
That's
worst
funny.
joke. Now it's done. There's time. It's just
Yeah.
it sucks because he was
He
was
would have done
iconic.
a lot of good for the world, you know, had he continued.
Yeah,
Not like
people love
Charles
them.
Barkley putting all his money at the casino.
I like Charles Barkley.
I know, but he gambles. All right.
Alrighty,
If he was a
numero.
hockey player, though, I think he would have survived. They're tougher. Go on, Poseidon.
Yeah. This one, I literally pulled over from
You know
driving.
who you sound like?
What?
Chris Traeger in Parks and Rec. Literally.
Yeah, I say literally.
I
as
literally-
as much as you say bamboozled.
Yeah.
I over say.
No,
the word
it's not the fact that
literally.
you're saying it. He's mesmerized by the fact that you don't say literally. You say literally.
Literally.
Yeah.
Which one's correct? Literally.
Literally.
Literally. I said literally.
Yeah,
Or
you say
literally.
There's a thing I've noticed with a lot of you Montreal accent people. You also say things like Italian. IT is basically.
Well, I don't say Italian.
ITI.
Or Samish.
Italian.
I've heard Samish. Have you heard Samish?
Here.
Yeah.
Give me a sandwich now.
Samish. I've heard Samish. I was like, what the fuck are you saying?
There's a lot of
Samish.
weirdness that I notice in the
I
Montreal
hear.
accent.
I hear salmon in Montreal instead of salmon. I hear salmon.
Can I have some salmon? Yeah.
Fun fact about Montreal.
Salmon.
Did you know we use the word rims
Oh,
for
yeah.
the steel mags, and we use mags for the
You're correct.
rims?
You are correct.
This
about
has
that.
caused a lot of confusion in
We've
my life.
inversed them.
Yeah,
And-
and a lot of people are ass licking.
What?
Rim job.
Oh. And yeah, and then sometimes I'll get into arguments with people.
Or
I
a
go,
skirt.
they go,
or
look
a
at those nice
spoiler.
mags.
What
Yeah,
about a spoiler?
a spoiler.
In the States, they call a spoiler something else.
Yeah, it's for movies.
No, yeah, but like the spoiler or the skirt, the wing. You're right about this.
Side skirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skirt. Listen, Cardi B.
Remember when cars?
Then there's
had,
a rear bumper skirt and front bumper skirt.
remember when
They call it
cars?
skirt. They don't call it spoiler.
No, the spoiler is on the trunk.
Yeah, in the back.
Right, but in
Or
Montreal,
they call it a-
the spoiler the skirt in the front.
No, I call the spoiler that wing in the back.
Yeah, that's what I use it correctly.
They used to in the 90s. They called the
Because-
spoiler the thing in the front.
Because there's a lot of inbreds in Montreal. So
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what the issue
remember
is.
when Montreal cars had a bra?
How to what?
Do you remember the car bra? That's a 90s thing.
Oh, that
know.
black face
That
mask in the
leather
front. Yeah,
face
because
mask in
we,
the-
we had so much fucking salt chips.
And bugs. So
Yeah,
stupid. Cars had a bra.
basically, it's a leather. They called it the car bra. It was a leather thing that went over the hood. It covered the bumper in the front,
Yeah,
and
you don't remember
the
these?
top
Come
of the
on.
hood. About an eighth up into the hood.
Usually on an eagle talon.
And you drive with that?
Yeah,
it's a bra. It's
and this
literally
was
a leather car
usually
bra.
it was cabbies that had this. That I've noticed a lot of cars that
But
had
then
it.
they started happening on the BMW M3.
Yeah, a lot of people started putting it on because, especially in Montreal, we use salt on our roads. Whereas opposed to like in Quebec City, they use
It kind of works to
they
protect
use
your grill.
they use
and
wood
shit.
chip. They use wood chip
Yeah.
in Quebec City, you know, so it's less harmful for the cars. But salt, it's corrosive. It's it's like small pebbles, so it causes paint chips, all this shit. So people would put it in the front
And how come we don't do that anymore?
because it's fucking ugly.
It was a fad.
I'd
It was
rather
a
buff the car for
stupid
fucking
fad.
$20
Stupid fad.
year in year out than fucking put on a bra.
Anyway, this next death, I actually pulled over. It really had to stop the
Really,
car.
huh?
I was listening to.
Well,
talk
why'd you
radio.
hit them?
Really.
Poseidon, what's the next death? Let's
yeah,
see it.
this
Number
one-
4. Oh, shit. Robin
Yeah.
Williams.
Mrs. Doubtfire. Everybody loved this guy. People still do.
I still do.
The poor guy had dementia.
No.
To this day,
I didn't know he had dementia.
his wife to this day says, "My husband didn't kill himself. My husband died of dementia."
Wait, I didn't know these details. I thought he killed himself.
Okay.
I thought it was depression.
Yeah, you know, serotonin, dopamine,
Yeah.
the regulators, neurotransmitters
Yeah.
in your brain, basically reward center, the happy stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
stuff that makes you get up and go. He was misdiagnosed with Parkinson's. That's also a neurological disease, and he was taking Parkinson's medication. But what happened was, after he died, coroners discovered he had a very strong case of Lewy body dementia.
Oh, shit.
Dementia. On those neurotransmitters, blocked, complete, no happy juice, nothing.
Really?
So it was the dementia and the degenerativeness that caused him to make the decision to kill himself. And when they found his dead body, they found two interesting things. Slash marks on his arm. So he was trying to slit his wrist, but it hurt too much. Then, when he killed himself, he hung himself by a belt. But on the belt, he put a towel. Usually when you put a towel, it's because you're doing autoerotic asphyxiation. You don't want to hurt yourself. So he was trying to die, but not feel the pain or hurt himself. That's why they found a towel. Very fucked up. Poor guy, man.
I just got a
He
thought
was
into my
that
head.
sad because of the dementia. That's why he loved bicycle riding so much, because he would just take off on his bike. He was a big like Tour de France guy. He would get on his bike and he loved
So it
video
made him
games.
happy.
Loved video games so much he called his daughter Zelda.
Yeah.
He would go to a comic book store all the time.
I like him. He sounds like me.
Yeah, they interviewed the comic book store guy in the video I saw that he would go in all the time, and the guy said, "Yeah, you could tell when Robin was in the mood to talk or not. Sometimes he would just come in and be fucked up." Yeah,
Ah, shit.
yeah, poor motherfucker. Really, really felt bad. Really felt bad. When
Also
that
very talented.
extremely. Imagine trying to pretend you're happy.
Yeah.
Imagine that as he was, one of the last movies he made was that Museum Night of Museum, right, in Vancouver, and a TV show called The Crazy People or something. Now he had 2 alimonies to pay. This is his 3rd wife.
Robin Williams?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, millions, like the house for a guy of that stature. The house that people put flowers in front of that he died in looks like a big house, regular medium-sized big house in TMR. Not with a guy like Robin Williams. He should have been in with the Gates and the...
Yeah.
No. He was in like a regular big house because he paid a shitload of money. Anyway, so he needed money a lot. So his TV show wasn't working, called The Crazies. And the director said...
So wait, what you're saying is this is all due to lazy ex-wives.
Well, it was because he was so unsure of himself, he would call, because he had no more Louis bodies and dopamine stuff, he would actually call the director of Night at the Museum at 2 a.m. and be like, "What I did today sucked." Like the director saw that the whole time they were shooting the movie, he wasn't really the Robin that they remember. He was acting like what he thinks people think Robin Williams should be like, not actually being on.
Yeah.
It's like he was making a photocopy of what Robin Williams was, because he was not himself. And if you watch Bobcat Goldthwait talk on Rogan, he said exactly that. He's like, "That's my best friend. My best friend would have never killed himself. It was dementia."
No.
Dementia, is it brought on? Is it genetics or is it stress or?
I think it's genetics. Maybe both. I think
Maybe
genetics
both.
has a
Maybe
part
both,
to play in it.
Dementia, that's Alzheimer's. What a lot of
Yeah. I think it has a part to play in it. But you made me think of something. What if you have dementia and you decide to make a clone of yourself, and you take your consciousness and everything and all your memories and you put it into the clone? Would this clone have dementia as well?
Well, probably not.
predisposed.
Because it's a physical thing, right, on your brain, no?
Yeah, but if you're born with it, you're born with it. So at that same age, would he have it, or would it? Ooh, I don't know. Good question.
That's a good question, huh?
No, because your DNA has it.
No, because you're putting a 25-year-old body clone,
Yeah,
so,
so
you
put
have
it- so
your
you
brain
extend.
hasn't developed it yet.
Yeah. So let's say you have dementia at 77 years old, and you put your microchip in a 32-year-old version of
No,
you.
it
you
doesn't
know-
matter the age of the version of you. It's a whole different thing, right? So it hasn't developed that. It won't do, and if it starts developing in the end, but it won't develop in the end because the time is arbitrary.
But you're saying that the outside sources cause dementia.
I don't know. I'm asking because if it's
That's a very
genetics,
good question.
if it's genetics, then your original body had it, but the new body, it's not the same as the old body, right?
It's a younger
But no,
version
they
of
have to
your
use your
body.
genetics to make the same exact body.
But it's the younger version
It's
of
the
your
younger
body.
version, so it doesn't have it.
So it doesn't have it yet, but it's going to get it again down the line.
It's going to get it again later.
Maybe not at 77, but it
when
could get it at
you're
72 or 150 or God knows.
Yep. C'est très intéressant, ça.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to fucking say before. I was watching fucking Vikings, and at some point, spoiler alert, they get to the point where the Vikings are besieging Paris.
Yes.
And I couldn't stop laughing because I would see these Frenchmen, people portraying Frenchmen on TV, And all I could fucking think of is Le Viking.
The superhero with the floppy.
Le Viking, Sommeur de Paris.
What's the name of that superhero with the floppy double chin?
What?
The
I don't know if you ever named him.
You never
I never named
the
him.
superhero guy?
No.
Oh, that's so funny. That was so stupid.
Jean-Marc.
That was so stupid. The floppiness of his fat double chin.
And every time he says Jean, it goes Jean.
It goes up.
And then when you go Marc, it goes Jean-Marc.
Marc, hamburger.
Jean-Marc.
Je make a burger.
All right, moving on to number 3.
Oh, are we? Okay.
Yeah.
This one, maybe because I'm Italian, I really felt bad for this one because
Yeah.
he was a nice.
Oh, he was a good dude too.
Yeah, he was a really
Behind
good
the
guy.
scenes.
Oh boy, this is James the Soprano Gandolfini.
Yeah. He was flying to the Sicilian Film Festival,
And he got a heart attack.
and while he was in Rome, he went out for dinner with his son. And his last photo, because you can also watch the last photos taken of celebrities.
Oh, really?
Robin Williams was in like an art gallery, and you just see him so just sad. And James Gandolfini was on a terrace, a patio. Terrace is a Montreal word instead of
Yeah.
terrace, with in Rome, and just having dinner, just drinking, and then found dead in his hotel room, had a heart attack.
Fuck.
A lot of people die of heart attacks.
Yeah, and I if he would have had a heart attack in the States, I think he would have gotten away with it. I don't know. In Italy, I think ambulances are a lot,
really, eh?
narrow streets get going there.
I feel like you blame the Italians for all your problems. Now.
Yeah, no,
Well, they're always fucking pulling scams, these guys, bro.
They're trying to date these broads,
Bro, they show up to the fountain and they pretend they've never seen this fucking fountain before.
The
bro.
only dumb thing about that video was the guy who's Italian
goes to
from
the-
Rome goes to an Australian immigrant and says, "Is this the fountain Barabuja da Bici?"
yeah, no, that's okay. So
Barbuccia Beach?
that scam city thing. There's,
and then she says, yeah, it is like the faction. And then he goes, it's a beauty. You think it's a romantic? Yeah, it's a
that's
beauty.
fine. Okay. So there's a game they do. These guys in Rome.
The
We
Pappagallos.
spoke about it.
They're called pappagallos or battone in Italian.
Pappagallo, by the way, is the same word in Greek for
Yeah,
parrot.
it's for a parrot. A parrot because they talk a lot. Because these guys talk to women around the Trevi Fountain because they have a game going with each other, 4 points for who fucks more women. That's it. That's all they do. All day long, these guys are walking erections and they pick up on women. But this guy's opening, it's his opener. He's a guy from Italy pretending he's on his cell phone, going up, sidling up to a woman. And his opener is this Trevi Fountain?
The best is her reaction.
He's Italian.
Oi, mate, it's definitely Trevi Fountain. and then he's
shit,
like,
that's funny.
what elegant accent. Are you French?
But he also goes, I don't like French. His face when he's German is good. Yes,
Yeah.
like German.
They're very
American.
elegant.
It's okay. It's
Russian.
French. No, don't like.
Russian was the best.
I don't like Italian girls. No, it's
Very stupid the way they
not,
think.
don't
That's
like-
what he said.
Don't like mentality.
Because they probably bust his balls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they say get a job and stuff. Yeah,
Barabu per ravioli,
Oh,
barabadi,
he was so
da,
funny.
da.
When are
He
you
had a comb over.
When are you gonna stop banging a cheek at the fountain?
Yeah.
The guy
you
had
keep a banging his foreign abroad.
How many girls have you been with?
Mille.
1000.
Mille.
Mille.
He's like, what? In your whole lifetime, it's been 1,000 broads. And then straight face is like, see, yeah.
It's
Oh shit.
and then, but so nonchalant.
yeah, that's what I liked about that guy. He was so funny.
Luckily, I lose my hair, not my penis.
He's like a Pepe Le Pew personified.
Yeah.
He was his only goal in life was banging.
But I didn't mind him because he wasn't doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
He wasn't being creepy. He was literally saying, I take you for a wine later. Maybe I sneak it in your asshole.
I'll show you another one that's cool.
And he was slick with a phone too. Did you see the way
Yeah.
he would talk with the?
Yeah.
Scam City Prague. Scam City Prague is the 3-card Monty guy. That one is also very interesting because the 3-card Monty scam. You know when you got to find the ace. Find the ace, find the ace, find the ace. It's a scam that has to be organized by at least 5 people.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Because in a crowded area, let's say like, the Cartier Square there in
have to
Old
trick people.
Montreal, you have to trick people. So while you're doing it, your friend shows up, who has to act like a perfect stranger, and you make your friend puts down $100, you make him win, you give him 100, he leaves. So other people see that
someone's winning.
That someone's winning. So then when the stooge walks in, it's like when you have a poker room of all friends and you got to get rid of all one guy's money, right?
Yeah.
So when the stooge walks in, the other friend knows, and now you have another friend who's a lookout if the cops are coming. It's a team effort of that. And then sleight of hand magic.
The recent one I've seen is with, I think this happens in South Africa. I think they were filming in South Africa.
North Africa.
Diplomatic immunity.
No. What happens is because there's a lot of traffic and shit in a lot of cities in Africa, and they don't really have road signs. And
Sex traffic.
there's probably that too, but there's basically everyone's walking in the streets. There's traffic. The car's barely moving.
Say
Cars are
traffic
barely-
once again so we can understand
And
the traffic.
Giraffes.
and basically, there's people with phones. You know, they have phones in their car or in the taxi. and they have
Almost
the-
like here.
you know. No, but it's hot, so they have the windows down and they're hanging out with their arm, or they have their arm like this. And the phone.
Okay. So
And what they do is it's like a 3-man team, and there's like a 4-man team. It's
So
like,
at a red light,
not even in the
Just
middle of the
in
street,
traffic,
in
in
traffic,
traffic,
in the middle of the fucking street. There's like 2 spotters, and then there's a lookout guy for the police, and then there's one snatcher, and basically they snatch your cell phone. It takes 0.20 seconds, but pop.
Wait, so you have your cell phone out of your
You're
car
like
like,
this,
a
you're like
fucking
this,
idiot?
you're
Who
like
holds their
this.
phone out of their hand like that?
You're like this, or you're on the phone like this.
apparently
you're
South
leaning.
Africans do.
But who does that?
South Africans
Or
apparently.
like maybe you're talking to the taxi driver, you're on the phone at the same time, you know.
And you're just pulling your phone out the window. I
No,
hope
like
nobody
this.
steal
So
this
they
phone.
reach into, they basically go, bop, and they fucking
Oh, I remember.
dip.
I got picked
and they never get caught?
No.
I would grab that arm and fucking eat him.
Yeah.
in
I'd hold on to it. You're coming for a ride with me,
I'd
motherfucker.
be like, drive cabbie if you know what's good for you.
in Berlin. I was attempted pickpocketed. In Berlin, I was alone, walking home from a bar, walking back to the hotel,
Was it a Turkish man?
and it was a Turkish-looking guy. To be honest,
It
I'm
was
not
Berlin.
kidding.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not talking. He was dark, and this is how he did it. I was alone, and he just came up to me like smiling, hey, like he's joking around. But I had put, because in Europe you put your wallet in your front pocket, so I see him doing like a soccer trick, like he's trying to take the ball away from me with his leg. Okay, now but there's no ball, but he's doing something like that. So basically, what he's doing is he's putting my attention on my feet and his feet, while he is attempting to go out of my back pocket.
Was playing footsies with you?
He was playing footsies like there was a soccer ball, except there wasn't, but aggressively. But see the pushing of, it's basically get my attention to my feet so that you could quickly grab the wallet out of your back pocket. That was yeah.
And what happened? Did you guys jerk off or
No, I laughed because he couldn't get it, and I said bye.
because it wasn't in your back pocket?
Right, and I just kept walking.
It's not my first rodeo, you Turkish German guy.
Yeah, that was it. It was like 3 a.m, and I didn't even think I was gonna get murdered. I was like, you're an idiot. What are you trying? I see what you're trying to do.
I like your style. What's next on your shit?
All right.
Number 2.
Yeah,
Numero dos.
notable
Fuck, I
deaths.
ripped out.
Number 2 on the deaths that caused this great harm should have been number 1. Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, especially if you're a fan of comedy, it was so sad. And what a class act that not even his close friends knew this guy had cancer. And I think he did probably the earliest COVID-19 joke set. You saw it, right? What's this new coronavirus? I'll say so. We got 1 case, 2 case, 50. So yeah, he was great. Poor Norm. He's all over the place. I wonder who's running I'm Not Norm on YouTube. Is it his son?
I have no idea.
Probably his son.
I didn't even know he had kids.
Dylan Macdonald.
Oh, is he any good?
I don't think he's a comedian. I don't know what he is. He's a private citizen. But
He's a civilian.
yeah. And, he did the whole, he had Norm Macdonald live. He had
Great show.
the Zoom stuff, talking to Norm. You've seen him talk to Roseanne and shit during all last year's pandemic. One of the best weekend you should just watch Weekend Update compilation of Norm Macdonald. He's so funny.
Unless
And
you're OJ Simpson, you would love that show.
Really?
Great. He would always. That's what ended up getting him fired because OJ was friends with one of the producers or something, and he said stop
He
doing.
made fun of OJ.
Stop doing
Repeatedly.
OJ Simpson. He said
That's
stop.
funny.
Repeatedly.
He told him
That's
stop
amazing. He's
doing
amazing, this
OJ Simpson jokes. Stop doing OJ Simpson's jokes.
And
You
he
know
was
what
like, and he
you know
was
what
like,
does?
he made more. He doubled down.
After the verdict of not guilty, after the verdict of not guilty, he puts up the picture of OJ innocent when the announcement of his verdict. Well, it's official, everybody. Murder is legal in California.
It was amazing.
That's how he did.
Nah, that's how he got fired.
That's how he got fired.
Oh, bro.
No, that's balls. this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, very
I like that kind of attitude.
Yeah.
It's like, what? I can't make a joke about
And-
OJ because you're friend. Okay, I make more joke, bitch.
Watch your friend Nick Swartzen.
Nicky Swartz.
Nick Swartzen is on that Theo Vaughn podcast telling Norm Macdonald.
Bro, I like him, but he annoys me.
Well, because he looks like
Because the way he talks.
he looks
The
like
way he talks,
he
yeah.
looks like Joe Dirt. He looks like a
Yeah.
fucking hick.
But Poseidon's never been around South, like Louisiana
Yeah,
type
these types,
American
yeah.
swamp
Yeah.
people. He's never been around
He's
them.
not even acting. They really are like that.
I know. I thought he was acting at
No,
first.
The
no.
accent bugs him because he's never been
Yeah.
around it. To him, it's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck, bro? Speak English. So,
Yeah. He says y'all,
Yeah, the way he talks.
And
Like,
they
I understand Southern accents, but this is like next level. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like,
And but so Swartzen said his friend texts him. He calls him. He goes, "Did you take a nap or something?" He goes, "Yeah." He just woke up. He said, "Norm Macdonald's dead." Nick Swartzen closed the phone, instantly bawled for an hour, bawling his eyes out.
obviously.
our boy Nicky.
Really, really watch Norm Macdonald. Other comedians tell Norm Macdonald stories, and he was notorious at that. Like when they would open for him, and let's say they would go to a college, and he has to close the show. The principal and everybody would be like, "Norm, try to do conservative stuff. There's people here, they're going to get offended." So now Norm, on purpose, said, "I'm going to try to get as many people to walk out of this theater as possible." Yeah.
That's amazing.
So, funny thing about the gays.
He does what he did what I do too. Well, I'll use word like when I say homosexuals. Instead of saying gay, like on stage about the Homer bit.
Yeah.
And I say it's a bunch of homosexuals.
Yeah.
It's just the words. I'll be people like, wait a second, what? It's just the proper word, but it makes it seem heavier.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
though
yeah.
it should make it feel lighter. You get it? I'm not saying the same thing as if I said gay, but it's just he would do the same thing. He would make people feel uncomfortable for something they should not feel uncomfortable about.
Tells a story about meeting his next door neighbor. And he meets his next door neighbor, says, "What do you do for a living?" Next door neighbor says, "Well, I'm a professor of logic." "Oh, professor of logic." Now you have to picture Norm saying it the way he talks. Professor of logic. "Yeah, well, I'll give you an example. Do you own a doghouse?" Says, "Yes." "Okay, well, through rationality and probability, you probably have a family." "Yes, I do." "You have a dog?" "Yes, I do." See, that's probability and that's logic. So then he sees his other friend and he goes, "Hey, you know what happened? I saw a professor of logic today." And the guy's like, "Yeah?" He says, "Do you have a doghouse?" Goes, No, I don't." "Oh, okay, so you're one of them gays."
That's amazing.
That's Norm. Fucking great.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's legit amazing.
Yeah.
You're one of them gay.
One of them gays. It's even is the way.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I gotta watch this guy.
well, he's all over there. He's all over
Nah,
the
he,
internet.
he was amazing.
Yeah, and he had the Norm Macdonald show, man. He had ABC, Disney money.
Oh fuck, bro.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, that's
You
amazing.
know who gave him his start? Roseanne Barr.
I don't know who that lady is.
Roseanne was on the show Roseanne, iconic TV show, and she wanted writers that didn't go to Harvard, because every writer there is all she wanted real
Pretentious.
people, real people.
Yeah.
Because the show's about a middle class family. What do these Harvard guys know about middle class?
Yeah.
So she brought in Norm because he was a normal guy from the Comedy Store.
Fuck, eh?
Yeah. Well, he's dead.
Next on your shit list,
Oh, come on. This one stopped the
number
world.
1, Michael Jackson.
This one legit stopped the world
It stopped the world.
for a bit. Well, when did he pass away? In 09?
2009. Stop the world.
Yeah, this one was
Make it a better place.
this
for you and
this
for
was
me.
tough for a lot
Yeah.
of people.
Do you remember the
man.
conspiracy theories afterwards?
Well,
Yeah.
forgetting the conspiracy theories,
I think that was the first time I was introduced to conspiracy theories, by the way. No, the first time was Tupac.
Yeah, it was
But
probably.
when he passed away, there was like a lot of kids breathed a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
The Vatican did the same thing.
Yeah. You should type in George Carlin on Michael Jackson.
Because
That's a good
apparently, as soon as that happened, 2009, the Vatican said, no more competition. Fuck it. We're open about everything.
bit. Yeah, George Carlin said it best about Michael Jackson. He says, Michael Jackson was the greatest entertainer in the world. Said, Sammy Davis Jr., good dancer, arrogant, fake sincerity. Frank Sinatra, best singer, didn't dance, little arrogant. Elvis Presley, whatever. And then he goes, by the time you get to Michael Jackson, great showmanship. He had showmanship. I say, let him fuck all the kids in the world. He is the greatest entertainer, bar none.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
what he said. Because as an entertainer, he's the greatest entertainer of all time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
God.
I say, give him a couple of kids and enjoy the show.
That's fucking
I don't
hardcore.
think he banged kids, though.
I don't know. I think
A lot of people have been theorizing
I
on
think
this.
of him as fucking kind of asexual.
Asexual. Me too.
Yeah. Well, when I watch his videos a lot, I thought the same thing. He looks
I know for a fact.
asexual.
Plus, Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin defends him to death.
And Macaulay Culkin was
Slept
ripe.
in his bed.
He was ripe for the taking.
Macaulay Culkin was the fucking poster boy for fucking pedophiles around the world.
Yeah.
It's like a,
God damn,
a
eh?
living Barbie doll for a pedophile.
And he didn't bang him.
slept in his bed.
They were just homies.
He's the godfather to Paris Jackson.
Yeah, he doesn't bang his homies, and his homies were all little kids.
And for a fact,
I'm just saying.
the kid for the
What if he had enemies that were little kids too?
Oh, they would get fucked.
the kid for the 1993 molestation trial, his father committed suicide.
Yeah.
And that kid
Oh, that's
came
a
out
little
and said,
suspicious.
my father coached me.
Yeah.
He said, and that didn't make big news.
Yeah. And also, you know how you know that the first kid,
Interesting.
you know how you know that the first kid was a sham? I'll tell you how.
Yeah, we were talking about this.
Yeah. If someone had banged your kid, right? What would you do to them?
I tried to kill them.
Yeah.
Okay. He took him to court to get money, right?
Yeah.
What did he do after he got money?
Sent them back.
Sent the kid back.
Yeah.
Would you ever,
Yeah.
in the history of mankind, imagine a parent that was distraught and their kid was banged, and then they got a settlement, whatever, send their kid back into the lion's den?
Never.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's suspicious.
I remember I was in Los Feliz, Hollywood, when Michael Jackson died. And it's so weird how life, like the people you're with at the certain times and moments. I got Wolf Blitzer on TV. I just smoked a shitload of weed. And we have a guest in the house. The people whose house I was living at. This girl worked as an assistant to the author who famously wrote a book about Princess Diana called Andrew Morton. So I'm with this British guy, Andrew Morton, who's now writing a book on Tom Cruise. And Bronwyn, my roommate at the time, had to call up all these people to get dirt on Tom Cruise. And I'm the guy that informed this world-renowned writer, hey, get over here, Andrew, Michael Jackson's dead.
Oh, God.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. But what got me the most, no joke, I got emotional when it was the Michael Jackson funeral shit. And at the end, the whole Jackson family standing on the stage, and they bring out the kids, and Paris Jackson is crying her eyes out, and all she could say is, "My dad was the best dad in the world." That one got me. I
I
fucking
don't even
Yeah.
want to think about that.
I broke when I saw that. So I don't think have you seen his dead body?
What? Why would I see his? How do I see
No.
his body?
You could
But
Google
I-
image that.
But I saw the
It looks like
conspiracy
he's
theories.
sleeping.
Have you
I
seen
don't
where
wanna see
you
that.
saw
You can see
where you saw his ghost in the mansion?
Yeah.
Remember those videos?
Okay, I never saw that. That's just dumb.
Yeah, that's just dumb.
No.
But my all time favorite clip of us talking about Michael Jackson is one of the early episodes when we were at Cremazy.
To Drink Minimum?
To Drink Minimum, when we're talking about Michael Jackson, and Mike had just watched the documentary, and then he's describing the documentary and everything, and then it just cuts, it just cuts to you and I, and it's just quiet, bro. Bro, it was so fucking hilarious. I would laugh for
The
the longest
silence
time.
went for a long time.
Because in the documentary was those two guys that lied and they were talking about playing with their buttholes.
Wade Robeson, the choreographer who choreographed for NSYNC, the Australian.
Apparently,
kid.
that whole surviving Michael Jackson thing was fake. It was all bullshit.
Really?
Wade Robeson, the choreographer from
And it was
Australia.
a whole big thing when it came out. The truth about Michael Jackson was all fake.
I even saw 60 Minutes talk to the cleaning lady, and she looks full of shit.
Yeah. Everyone's trying to
So I
cash
picked
in.
up underwear off the floor with the guy. Look, man, they grew up fucking. What are they called? Jehovah's Witness.
Let me tell you something.
But what?
Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. This guy, he bought his masters. He owned all his music. Sony Columbia didn't own shit. They were pissed that he bought his shit back. They were so mad at him. They couldn't have the biggest, bestest musician ever be a black guy. They had to take him fucking down.
And look. The best way to take someone down is use their vulnerabilities against them.
Little boys' butts.
Pain. Look, ever since he burned his hair in a Pepsi commercial, he's been a fucking addict.
Yeah.
And what better than, I can't sleep. I'm worried. I can't sleep. Well, why don't you try propofol?
Because that's what killed him. It was basically an OD.
When I got an operation, the first thing I before they knocked me out was I asked the anesthesiologist. An anesthesiologist is a doctor whose sole purpose is to stand next to you and not do the operation, just to make sure you have enough and not too much knockout juice.
Yeah.
His whole job is that. You know what he told me?
What?
He said, you know what killed Michael Jackson? Because I've been on propofol. Yeah. Propofol works like, I've told you, the propofol is count back from 10, 9, like that. Michael Jackson, while he was asleep, his head went like that. All the doctor had to do was straighten his head out, and he would have lived.
Oh my God, really?
That's what the anesthesiologist told me.
Fuck.
So yeah,
That's fucked up.
They just didn't care, you think?
Michael Jackson's almost 90-year-old mother has his entire fortune.
Good for her.
Because when he died, his sole beneficiary was Catherine Jackson.
So she's the matriarch of the Jackson Empire.
Yeah. I've met
When she passes away, someone else is gonna get
Paris.
it. Paris Jackson?
No, Paris Hilton.
Yeah, no, Paris. But
All right, what's your half?
Yeah, the half.
And the half most notable death.
Guido last year, this time. Oh, it's true. And
Very
then he
emotional death for people.
Yeah, he came back from the dead.
I was in a.
It was a very emotional.
Luckily,
moment.
Poseidon knows some Wakanda black magic shit.
Yeah, I know some voodoo.
Yeah.
drive-by cartel shit. Remember that?
What?
Yeah, I forgot how you were killed.
I was the cartels.
Ah, yes.
I'm
yes,
just
yes.
glad you're back.
Yeah, thank you.
And we have a bonus half.
Oh, there's two halves.
Okay.
All right, what's the half?
This was your idea.
No.
To do
Well,
half-halves?
see, it's not true.
Excuse me?
Let me see.
I don't wish this on anybody.
I didn't
Hold
know
on,
that
hold
people
on,
are doing
motherfucker.
half-half.
This was your idea, you piece of shit. And I told you, maybe not.
Oh, let me see. Let me see the half.
Hold on, I will show it to you.
What the fuck? That's weird.
Shall we say?
Oh, that's your mention? Okay.
Yeah.
Half. Jess Sorrell has been. What do you?
Jess
not
Sorrell.
dead,
Oh,
mate. She died.
I get what you're saying because you mentioned her shout out every
She gets
episode.
Yeah.
Her shout out is a
She
half.
gets a shout out.
But then
Look,
technically,
let me give you some advice. Next time you want to give a shout out on a list, make sure it's a less morbid list. Because if Jess Sorrell dies, they're gonna think we had something to do with it.
God forbid. God forbid.
technically, knock on wood. Technically, Australia doesn't exist. So is Jess Sorrell even alive?
Australia does exist. I saw Novak Djokovic go there and not be allowed to play tennis, and then he was allowed to play tennis.
Okay, they let him play?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
A judge said in full Australian, "Oi, what more could you have wanted this Serb to do? He's got his papers in order."
His papers are in order. He's on a.
They were probably mad because he didn't have the chip in his fucking arm yet.
He doesn't
That's
play
right,
that
because
shit.
usually when I've been to Australia, it was around this time, and the Australian Open is around Boxing Day. Yeah,
Speaking
what
of
now?
kangaroos.
Australian Open is during Boxing Day.
What's Australian Open?
It's the Australian fucking Wimbledon, bro. It's the
What's the Wimbledon? All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. to this episode of The Intellectuals.
Floppy double chin.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Poseidon69 and Twitch. Sorry?
I forgot already.
Oh, that's nice.
Better remind him.
And also twitch.tv/Poseidon69, where I will be live streaming more often and be playing with children in a similar fashion like Michael Jackson,
Licking
via the
assholes.
internet. Also, Guido Grasso Jr. for Guido on Instagram.
Yes.
And now you're doing Deliveraz.
Yeah. I got a lot of Ubers, man.
Yeah.
Pizzas,
Sapori di Napoli. Go
Sapori
there
di
now.
Napoli.
Yeah.
Don't
And
forget patreon.com/Pantelis. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Thank you guys.
I was taking my time with it, right?
Take my time.